Hi, I'm Cole, and this is the NFGeeks video challenge. Nope, just kidding, I'm Cole. This is my kitty, named, I don't know what I'm gonna name him yet. I change my mind about what his name's gonna be every day. I'm thinking either Cassius, that's a pretty cool name that goes with C, because everyone else in my house has a C name, so, or, I was just gonna name him Targaryen, because he kinda looks like a Targaryen. I was gonna name him Daenerys if he was a girl, but he's not a girl. So, and I'm definitely not gonna name him Viserys because that's a stupid name for dumb people. I would name him Joffrey before I would name him Viserys. This is the NFGeeks video challenge, and so I'm just gonna go through these questions. Number 1, what is your type? I'm an ENFP. On the Enneagram, if you're into that, I'm a type 4 wing 3. I used to think that I was an INFP because I'm pretty introverted. I mean, not really. I don't like being alone because I'm sad when I'm alone, so I guess I'm an extrovert. I used to think I was an introvert, but now I think I'm just a very neurotic extrovert. Number 2, what are you primarily interested in? Do you have all day? I'm interested in just about everything, but I guess I can just sum it up by saying I guess the humanities. I love the psychology stuff, and I love like art and music and film and theater, all the above, which is such an NF answer. Number 3, how do you relate to your temperament? A lot. The authenticity part of it, I guess I always want to make connections and build relationships with other people. The lovey-dovey NF thing, like, I think about love and relationships like all the time. It's always in my head, just 24/7. It's like all I ever think about. Okay, so yeah, I don't remember what all I said, but moving on. Number 4, what got you interested in MBTI? I will get on the internet, and I don't know if this is an ENFP thing, but like, I think it's an NE dominant thing. I'll get on the internet and I'll like look up something, and I end up getting like lost in like 50 links deep in some page that I was on 4 hours later, and I've read the entirety of Wikipedia and may not have found out what I originally intended to find out in going on the internet in the first place. And so I'm sure I stumbled across Myers-Briggs in a similar way. I probably just like stumbled across it on the internet. I have like this thing where I'll have an obsession, and then I'll be obsessed with it, or like I'll be interested in it for a little bit, and then it'll be like a year later and I'll rediscover it. At least 6 months, all I'm gonna think about. And so for the past, I don't even know how long, Myers-Briggs and like Enneagram, socionics, psychology in general has been like, I just read about it all the time, and I learn as much as I can about it, and I love it. But I don't actually remember what like the first time. It's just, yeah. 5, how has MBTI impacted your life? MBTI has impacted my life. I don't know. I was talking to my uncle. I'm like, you're definitely an ESFJ. I can just tell he's such an ESFJ. And this is like a very like SN dynamic, and I thought it was really funny. So now that you like know that or whatever, like what's you do with it? I was like, I don't know. Like, an N, I feel like as an extrovert intuitive, I've become interested in something and I learn everything I can about it. It may or may not be useful in my life, or I may not realize how it's useful. I just want to know the information for some reason. Whereas like an S, he wants to know like how it's useful. I don't know if I think that's an S thing. And so I thought it was really funny because like he asked me like, what do you use it for? And I was just like, I don't know. But like, there are ways that it's useful in my life. I just hadn't thought about it. It's like, I'm on the debate team at my school, and I've noticed that every single person that is good, or like at least enjoys debating, is an N type. And 2/3 of our debate team is an ENTJ, I swear. I think next year, now that some kids have graduated, I'm the only person on my school speech and debate team that's not an ENTJ. And so like, I have this theory that N's just enjoy debate more than S's, because you know, they like like abstract ideas and concepts, and you have to like understand a diverse and have like a big breadth of knowledge and a depth of understanding of all that knowledge in order to be a successful debater. And I think N's thrive on that, so it's kind of like fuel for N's to debate and talk about ideas and concepts, whereas S's aren't as interested in that kind of stuff. And so like I've just noticed that, and also like in general, like I've discovered that like I'm an ENFP, but like both my parents are ESTJs, and so that could be extremely stressful, and it kind of like really helped me understand why sometimes it feels like when I'm talking to my parents, it's like everything we say to each other is lost in translation, and it can get really frustrating sometimes. But I love my parents; they're great. I get along with them really well. I'm surprised. When I was a little kid, I'm sure I was like really super frustrating to them because I'm like was such an ENFP little kid, and they were such ESTJ adults, and they didn't know what to do with me. But our relationship is great now. I mean, it's always been great. I just think it's funny that it explains a lot to find out that they're ESTJs. My whole family is S's, and I'm like, and then like I have two sisters. One of them I think is an ESFP, and then I have another sister who's an ENTP. It's like so funny to me that my two like hardcore ESTJ parents have such like perceiving little kids. It's really hilarious. Like we just like don't. There's like so much like lost in translation when we try to communicate, and it's funny. But yeah, like overall, MBTI has really helped me like understand like my relationships with people, and it's to some extent it's kind of I don't know if it's like a negative thing, but because it's like I cannot have a conversation with anyone anymore without like the whole time trying to figure out like what type they are. I'm like the whole time I'm talking to someone, I'm like, okay, they're using FI right now, and I see that SE coming out, and I'm just like so like I can't. I wish I could just like turn that off and like experience people for what they are and not worry about it. But now that I'm like so obsessed with like all these different like psychological types, I'm like trying to figure out like I wonder what Enneagram this person is, and like the whole time I'm like having a conversation with someone, I'm like trying to like pick apart like little things, like analyze their personality. And so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, I love trying to figure it out. It's fun, and I'm getting really good at typing stuff, and like I love watching TV shows and like deciding what types the characters are. Yeah, that kind of thing. Okay, 6. Show an object to the camera. I guess they want this to be an object that is representative of you. I don't know. Hold on, I'll find something. Oh, I'll show. This is random, but this is a record. It's the album Visions by Grimes. It came out last year. If you haven't heard of this, go listen to it. She had a song called Vanessa that came out back in 2011 or 10. No, it came out in 2010. Anyway, I remember when that song came out, and like remember watching the music video, and like I wasn't like super into it. It was just like okay, and then like it was like late into it was like in December of 2011. My friend like sent me a link to the song Genesis, which is off this album. Then her album came out a few weeks later. It was like in February or something when it came out, and I bought it and I listened to the whole thing, and like my cat's like jumping around, and yeah, so I listened to that whole album, and it like changed my life. Like it's so good. I can't even. It's awesome, awesome, awesome. So yeah, this is like one of my favorite objects just because like I love looking at it, and it's got it's got these cool illustrations. She did all the cover art by herself, like, and she like produced the whole album in her bedroom. Like she's like the most remarkable person. You just gotta look her up. I'm like so obsessed with her, and like it's got like this cool like purple like sort of see-through vinyl. I just like to have this just to have it because it's like really awesome. Okay, number 7. What are the biggest misconceptions about your type? It's like people think that ENFPs are like really super like social, and like they talk about how like ENFPs will like make conversation with everyone out in public, and they just like have words coming out of them all the time, and like that's not true. Like I'm pretty shy and anxious. Actually, I have a bunch of like anxiety problems, and I'm not comfortable really talking to people. And I get pretty shy, and I can be pretty introverted sometimes, and there's a lot of times where I just want to be alone, and I don't want to be with anyone, except my kitty. And I don't know, and I think people don't realize that about ENFPs, about how quiet and I guess reserved we can actually be, and people just have the image of ENFPs as like this bubbly hippie, and that's obviously not true. A lot of us aren't like that at all. I don't think that's very represented, but I think not inaccurate. We are like enthusiastic, scatterbrained. There's a lot more to our personalities than just that. 8. What are the limitations of your type? This is something that really frustrates me. Initiative, and they always want to like start new things, but they never want to finish them. And it's like that big dominant extroverted intuition that we have. It's just like we want to start so much stuff. Look around my room right now. I've got like a drum set, and I've got like keyboards and like stuff like that all over the place, because like I wanted to like really get into like making music, and then I got bored with it as soon as I like sort of like I set these goals for myself, like, and then I finally like accumulate all those things, and then I'm like bored with it. I want to do something else. And like if you look, also I've got like paintings that I've done, and like for a while I wanted to be like a painter and like make a living that way. And I just stopped after a while. After I got like accumulated a bunch of art supply, and then I got bored with it and I moved on. Write screenplays before, and I've tried to write plays before because I was like really into theater for a long time, and I still am. I'm like president of the drama club at my school, and I never finish stuff once I started. I always have like so many ideas buzzing around my head that I never get any actual work done. I just like have the concept, like the big idea in my head, and it's like I have this image of what it sort of feels like or looks like what I want to do, and then like when it comes down to executing it, it gets boring and I don't want to do it anymore. So I think that's a really big limitation of ENFPs, and I wish, or like I want to start trying to get over that. Like, I want to like push myself to actually finish something. Pretty frustrating limitation, and I know when I'm doing it too, and I don't stop myself. I just let myself be that way, and that's, I don't know, that's one thing that I don't really like about being an ENFP. But other than that, ENFP is great. I love being an ENFP. Okay, and the last question, number 9. What is your ultimate dream endeavor? Right now, college. I'm already starting to take college classes, and I want to like, I don't know, I've got so many things that I want to major in East Asian studies, and I want to, because I love the Far East. I love like Japan and Korea and China, and I want to learn all about like the languages and cultures and all that kind of stuff. But I also want to major in linguistics, and I want to major in philosophy and in psychology, and I want to major in international relations. I kind of want to get a Master of International Relations and like work at like an embassy somewhere, like probably like in the East. That would be like my dream job, and so like I really want to get into like a really prestigious school. My ultimate dream endeavor is to like get into Princeton University, which will probably never happen, but like that's like what I'm so obsessed with, is getting into like where I could like choose any major I want, and I know that I'm getting like the best education you could possibly get in that major, because I want to like quadruple major in everything. Like, such a school junkie, just want to learn as much as I can. I cannot wait for college. I'm so excited. I love school, and I want to major in everything. I want to just go to college for the rest of my life and learn. I want to work at an embassy, but I also think it'd be really cool to just be like a college professor somewhere. That would be a really cool job. I don't know. So yeah, I'm Cole. I'm an ENFP, and this concludes my NFGeeks video challenge. Say bye, whatever your name is. Holy cow, I just talked for 22 minutes. This is ridiculous.